Okay guys, I'm going to do a video on flesh tones. So I'm going to show you a piece of art and then I'm going to mix some color on a palette. Okay, there's one. And this is what I'm going to work on. Okay, I'm going to show you how to mix a basic palette of pale flesh tone colors. So what I have here is a titanium white, yellow ochre, cad red light, and this is for the light value. Then for the middle value, I'm going to have a titanium white, cad red, yellow ochre, and a cerulean blue. And for the shadows, I'm going to use a titanium white, and I've got burnt sienna, viridian green, and cadmium orange. So we'll go ahead and mix those up. And start with the first two, and I'm going to mix those up really well. And now I'm going to need a little more white too. It just takes a little bit of that red to get that flesh tone to turn more pink. Now I can see if I need to lighten it up any. I'm also going to check it against my skin tone as I'm working. Okay, so I've got something to start with as a base tone. I can continue to lighten that up, which I probably will to get it lighter than that. I'll go ahead and continue on to the next set of color. We've got the middle values. Okay, here we go. On to the middle section. So we want to do our middle values. Let's go ahead and mix those up. Basically, we're doing that same basic color mixture that we had in the first with the addition of the blue. Until I can already, in order to match those up, I'm going to need some more white. I'll take some from over here, just a touch. Just a little lighter. There we go. So you can see there's the light in the middle. Now I'm going to add that blue. Just a little bit made a huge difference. Really darken that up. So neutralized it. So if you got a color wheel handy, it's really good to use as well when you're mixing. You can see that the opposites of your colors, what they create. So you've got a red and a blue in the color wheel here. So your opposite of your red would be green, which would make a neutral tone. That's something you can do too. That's really dark, so I'm going to add some more white. Cut this down a bit. Take that there. Add a little to it. About like a nice middle value. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix the others. So I've got my shadows. Just love mixing color. It's important to use your palette knife so you can get that color mixed accurately. Now I definitely need to add more white since I had taken it from the other ones, for the other ones previously. White's such a handy color to have. Looks like I might need to add some more light to that. Let's add some more sienna and see what that does. Oh, that's better. It's a little less green. Could even add more white if I wanted to knock it down a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to look at these and see what else I might need. I'm going to add more white over into this base because I feel like it's just a little too strong. So I can lighten it up a bit. I can even cut that ratio, that mix in half, and add some white to that because that peach tone is kind of a nice color to use. Just keep comparing it to your, you can even take a dab on your wrist and kind of see what that looks like. It's pretty bright. And I'm looking to get a pale hue. I like to keep a couple palette knives around as I'm working because I like to keep my white pretty clean. And let's do this. I'll take a little bit of that, add white to it, and lighten it up. Keep adding to it. It's changing it. It takes you a bit to get to the colors that you want. And remember, that's what mixing flesh tones is all about. It takes practice, it takes time to get to where you want to be. So you really have to commit to the time, take it, mix it up, right? Get it where you want it. Yellow ochre isn't the only yellow that I like to use. I like to use a Naples yellow as well. That's a really nice lighter yellow. Yellow ochre is pretty warm. So I like to use the Naples yellow as well. And we'll mix up some using Naples yellow so you can see the difference. And that's more like the color I'm looking for. I can even go lighter than that if I want to. So you can see the difference. Subtle, but definitely lighter. Okay, let's see. I always like to keep my paint rag handy as well, so you need those. Alright, something I might try because I like to just experiment with mixing as I go along. I've got the base, I've got the middle, I've got the dark started. But what I want to do is add a little more of this flesh color into this and just see what this mix does. It's more to that middle value that I want. A little more fleshier tone, because that is looking pretty brown. That's more like it. I can even lighten that up a bit too. When I'm mixing up flesh colors, I usually get a big variety, a wide variety going, but I'm using just the three basic values: light, middle, and dark. I'm getting them where I want them to be. Okay, so next, I'm going to mix up more of the dark, but I think I want to add a little more of the flesh tone into this mix. So I'm going to take some from there, and might add a little bit of, take a little bit of this, add it into that. See what it gets us. That's much better. It's looking more fleshier and less greenish and less brownish. A little more fleshier. So I'm going to continue that because I think I want to find that dark just the right spot. And then I'll go back and make up that middle value if I need to. Of course, you need to have as much paint as you can for these. I don't want to skimp on this. So what I did here to get lighter is I added more white to this. And I also took some from there as well. So it's kind of a process. Wipe off my palette knife. And let's do that. Added some of this. It was the darker stuff, so use some of the light. Need some more of that. So here, I'm gonna do a little touch test here. So now you've got 3 different hues. Okay, so I just added a little more white to my base the light, and I got something nice and light that will work well for really nice light areas. So it just takes a little bit of knocking down on some of them and mixing out to get it where you really want it. And so one thing I think is important too is to have a nice big clean palette if you're going to mix flesh tones, because you're going to kind of create a value scale as you go. So these are some basic colors to use, and that should get you started on just some basic flesh tones.